Hello and welcome to another week of Cottage Class Online. This week I want to look at one of Jesus' parables, and that's the parable of the talents. It's found in Matthew 25, verses 14 through 30. Now this comes right after a parable where he's talking about being prepared for the coming of Christ again. And of that time he said, no man knows, not even the day or the hour. And then following that warning, he comes up with this parable where he says in verse 14, "For it will be like a man going on a journey who called his servants and entrusted them his property. To one he gave 5 talents, to another 2, to another 1, to another 1, to each according to his ability." Then he went his way. He who had received the 5 talents went at once and traded them and made 5 talents more. So also he had the 2 talents made 2 talents more. But he who had received the 1 talent went and dug in the ground and hid his master's money. Now after a long time the master of those servants came and settled accounts with them. And he who had received the 5 talents came forward, bringing 5 talents more, saying, "Master, you delivered to me 5 talents. Here I have made 5 talents more." His master said to him, "Well done, good and faithful servant. You have been faithful over little. I will set you over much. Enter into the joy of your master." And he also who had the 2 talents came forward, saying, "Master, you delivered me 2 talents. Here I have made 2 talents more." His master said to him, "Well done, good and faithful servant. You have been faithful over little. I will set you over much. Enter into the joy of your master." He also who had received the 1 talent came forward, saying, "Master, I knew you to be a hard man, reaping where you did not sow and gathering where you scattered no seed. So I was afraid, and I went and hid your talent in the ground. Here you have it, yours." But his master answered him, "You wicked and slothful servant. You knew I reap where I have not sown and gathered where I scattered no seed. Then you ought to have invested my money with the bankers, and at my coming I should have received what was my own with interest. So take the talent from him and give it to him who has the 10 talents. For everyone who has will more be given, and he will have an abundance. But from the one who has not, even what he has will be taken away. And cast the worthless servant into the outer darkness, into the place where there will be weeping and gnashing of teeth." God has given us all different talents based on our abilities. And the more that we use those talents, the more those talents grow and multiply. And we are to use those talents toward God, in service of God. And they can be various talents. Everyone has something different that they can contribute to God's work here. Whether it be the upfront ones that you see all the time, the preachers and the song leaders and the teachers and the elders. Maybe you have the ability to counsel others or to teach home Bible classes. Maybe you just have that ability to comfort people and can go around to those who are sick or needing help and just give them comfort. Maybe you're great at sending out birthday cards to everybody on their birthday, or get well cards when they're not feeling well. Maybe you can just host people into your home from time to time for a lunch or a Bible class or just a get-together of some sort. But everybody has something they can contribute to God. And the more that you contribute, the more opportunity you'll have to contribute even more. And you may even find that your abilities expand and you're able to do more than what you did before. But here's the warning that he gave. If he gives you a talent and you bury it in the sand and you don't use it, then he will reject you upon his return. And that's the scary thing. We can't just take our talent and go, "Well, I'm embarrassed by it," and not use it. We have to use what God gave us to the best of our ability all the time. Otherwise, we could be condemned to eternity, an eternity of separation from God in hell. All because we didn't use that ability that he gave us. So my question for everyone this week is, look at yourself, just like I have to look at myself on a regular basis. Am I fulfilling the talent that God gave me? Am I using everything that he gave me? Is there some other way I can use it? Is there some other way I can serve God that I haven't been up to this point? And if not, great. Just keep doing what you're doing and you'll have more opportunities as time goes on. But if you find that we are not using God's talent and we've buried it in the sand, it's time to dig it up. It's time to get out there and use those talents to serve God, because that's what it's all about. Those are my thoughts this week. What are yours?